What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to DG Footy. Make sure to go ahead and check out the socials at _diagrams on Twitter. Like the video and subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and get into the news. It does look like there's some stuff going on with Arsenal. El Neni to return to Arsenal after Besiktas loan. He will be probably being shipped out eventually. I know that Arsenal does not really have a place for him at the moment, or that's my understanding of it. So let's go ahead and see what happens with that. Ozil speaking up for Muslims. Good. Manchester City to agree Koulibaly fee. So let's go ahead and read this real quick. Actually, sufficient bid of 70 million euros reportedly to be submitted in next 48 hours, allowing Napoli to buy Gabriel ahead of Arsenal. So that's why that's big news, is that Manchester City's bid being accepted and Koulibaly moving to Manchester City from Napoli will enable Napoli to go ahead and come in and get Gabriel. It's understood that Gabriel's first choice of team is Napoli because he wants to live in Naples and he would love to play in the Italian league. So unfortunately for Arsenal, if that does end up going through, they will miss out on their man. Sky Sports is saying Arsenal is still in pole position to sign one of their main summer targets. Not once Koulibaly goes to Manchester City, unfortunately. So we said we already talked about that. Arteta, we have to go to the next level. Normal manager jargon there. Breaking news: Arsenal confirm Tim Akinola transfer after Huddersfield Town departure. I don't know anything about him. Maybe you guys can tell me something about him because I do not know. Let's see. Willian wanted Chelsea stay, felt discredited. I believe that this is actually just about where we left off yesterday. Actually, no. Philip Coutinho's Arsenal pursuit looks like it may be off. There was some rumors going around. I don't know how true these things are, by the way. But apparently, Ronald Koeman could want to keep Coutinho at Barcelona. So that would mean no Coutinho for Arsenal. Yeah, that's George Lewis signs professional contract at Arsenal. There's like a meme. That player's been memed quite a bit recently, but I don't know too much about him. We'll just have to see. It looks like he is fresh on the market. So it looks like Chelsea closing in on that $112 million fee. That is Jan Agafiotov, who is about as reliable as you can possibly get. What's he saying? Chelsea have offered 85 million euro. Leverkusen will accept 95. I do believe that the Leverkusen will get the package, not necessarily that they want, but they will get the fee that they want. And Chelsea, since Havertz has asked Leverkusen to sell him to Chelsea, and he's done that directly to their board and, their transfer negotiators, it does look like he will be going to Chelsea eventually, and it makes it easier for Chelsea to go ahead and pay in a package worth 90 million euros or whatever it said there, 95 million euros, using add-ons and stuff that Manchester United wanted to use for Sancho, for instance, but it's easier for Chelsea because Havertz definitely wants to go to Chelsea. Atletico's Jimenez loves Chelsea and Lampard. Atletico, yeah. I would have liked to play with Lampard. I also used to watch Chelsea as a kid. I loved them. I don't know anything about a move for Jimenez. I don't know. Whatever. I don't know that much about him. I don't think that that's happening anytime soon, but it's always nice to see players kind of come out and state their interest in playing for your club. So I'm sure any Chelsea fan could admit. Interesting. Coventry City have been in for him with their Chelsea links. Sources have told The Athletic that DCFC have touched base with Monaco and England under 21 defender Jonathan Penzo. All remains informal at this stage, but believed they've made their feelings clear that they like the player. Chelsea offered Thiago Silva on a free transfer. I hadn't even heard of that yet. I definitely do that if I were Chelsea. Thiago Silva is an incredibly experienced player. He's a very good defender. He's very intelligent, and what Chelsea need is a commanding leader at the back. So that doesn't sound bad at all, if and only if true. Manchester United consider bid for Bournemouth's David Brooks. So this story has actually sent Manchester United fans into meltdown. For what reason, I do not know. But the fact is that if he is going to be a direct replacement for Sancho, I'm not for that at all. He would be an excellent squad option, though. So as far as squad depth goes, he's a great option. As far as a direct replacement for Sancho goes, not good enough. But it looks like we have something here. Sounds like Man United have been unable to agree terms with Dortmund, and unable to agree terms with Sancho, and unable to agree terms with Sancho's agent. A deal to bring Jadon Sancho to Manchester United is being held up by United's inability to agree personal terms with the player and negotiate an agent fee. I'm sure, but that doesn't mean that they won't reach one. I'm still skeptical. I'm very skeptical about the Sancho transfer. I know that most people are now like, oh, well, we either don't want to get him because we need other positions. I don't think that's true. I think that we really need Sancho. And then there are people saying that they're still sure he'll sign. I'm somewhere in the middle. I do think that we need him. We definitely want him, and he'd be great for Manchester United. I'm just not sure at this point. So, sitting on the fence isn't something that is normally respected, but at this point, it's almost impossible to tell. If Dortmund kept him, it makes sense for Dortmund to keep him, so I wouldn't be angry. Looking at all the facts and being rational about it, if Dortmund keep him, they will have a bidding war next summer, and they get to keep him for an extra year. If they sell him this summer to Manchester United, they get 120,000 euros in the package that they want, spread over 2 to 3 years. Dortmund really can't lose, which is why I'm 50-50 on it. I would love him at Manchester United, but it's just impossible to tell at this point. It all depends on whether or not Manchester United want to spend the money. Knowing my club, they will shell out the money at some point. Just depends if Dortmund even wants to sell him at this point. So we will have to see on that. Saha gutted that Manchester United didn't sign Cavani. I'm not. Cavani was always a great goal scorer, but I was never really a fan of him for whatever reason. But that's the eye test for you. It doesn't always mean that you're right. I just don't really rate him. His stats are pretty damn good, however, so I'm probably wrong. Alaba could sign for Manchester United or Chelsea in the next fortnight. I believe that Christian Falk, one of the most reliable German journalists who cover Bayern Munich, someone who's very tight-knit in with the Bayern Munich community, has said that that's not going to happen. So Football 365, that is an L, my friends, but they're probably getting clicks off it, so maybe not. But anyways, David Alaba is not going to go to either Manchester United or Chelsea. So very unlikely. I think that the only place that could really get him would be Manchester City, and it does look like Koulibaly is confirmed, as we talked about a few minutes ago. So David Brooks again. Yeah, I would take him as a squad option. I just don't want him to be a replacement for Sancho. I think that that's an opinion expressed by many Manchester United fans, but unfortunately Manchester United fans for the most part are very gullible and very reactive. They probably need to stop being so reactive if they want to live a happy and healthy life. Really though, it can't be too stressed out by this stuff, you guys. I understand that it means a lot to people. It means a lot to me, but I'm not going to live my life, being that frustrated by what a team or a club that's run like a business, who doesn't really care about us, does. I'm not going to be that disappointed by what they do. Lukaku did have some nice words for Solskjaer. You can go ahead and check that out. I think it's a BT Sport interview that he gave after the Inter Milan and Shakhtar Donetsk game. So if you want to see that, go ahead and watch it. It was actually quite nice, and yeah, respect Romelu, respect, my friend. Manchester City have raised their offer for Koulibaly from 63 million euros to now 70 million euros. Kalidou Koulibaly could be a Premier League player any moment now. That would be a massive win for Manchester City. He's a great defender. He's not as prolific as I think people think he is based off of what I've seen, but he's going to be joint best defender in the league with Van Dijk easily, and if not, a close second, if not joint best. So I think that time will show that. He is getting older, and so he's not totally a long-term option, I don't think, from just based on his age. But that doesn't always mean everything too, especially if he organizes and takes care of himself. So Lavelle statement: the club is one of the best in the world. The resource they put on both men and women definitely drew me there. There's a lot of resource and support. That's a great environment and something I felt I needed. Yeah, and I agree. That's one of those things. If I had the choice for, let's just say Christian Pulisic was still at Dortmund and he was looking at a club to move to, as a fan, I would want him to go to Manchester United, but as a human being and seeing what's going on, I would rather have had Pulisic go to Manchester City, just because I know he'll get backed. I know he'll get the structure around him to help him succeed. I don't believe that Manchester United, except for the first team staff at Manchester United will do that. The club around Manchester United won't. So the kind of character, you have to have a certain kind of character to play for Manchester United, as has been shown in recent years. So good for Rose. I wish her all the best, obviously, which I already said yesterday, but yep, good for her. All right, we'll end on this one here. Higuain doesn't want Messi to go to Manchester City. England, over there, defenders kick the shit out of you and nothing gets given. They're built like wardrobes and they hit you. Higuain on Messi playing in England. Yeah, that's a nice note to leave it on. Go ahead and check out the socials at _diagrams on Twitter. Like the video and subscribe to the channel, and I will catch you guys all later. Peace.